Well, we have lingering clouds and a few showers today. Humidity is moving in for the weekend, along with some hot temperatures here near 90 by Sunday and Monday, but also the chance of some storms, but it comes with some caveats. So we picked up some rainfall yesterday, of course. Heaviest was in west central Minnesota. Alexandria, 2.3 inches of rain. And that rain did hold together through the Twin Cities unexpectedly. Really, nobody forecast that, including all of our sophisticated computer models. But picked up 1/10 to 3/10 of an inch of rain for a couple of hours yesterday afternoon in the Twin Cities. And then it died pretty much when it hit the Minnesota-Wisconsin border. We have some leftover clouds today, humidity moving back into the area, and still some leftover showers, but we're going to see clouds decrease through the afternoon hours. So midday, still some of those lingering showers, maybe even a couple still into the early afternoon, but then largely dry as we head into the late afternoon, evening hours, and into the overnight and into tomorrow. Highs will be near 80, depending upon how much sun we squeeze out. Better chance of low to mid 80s in western Minnesota where we'll see more sunshine. But the other thing, the humidity really coming back in force. In fact, some of our highest dew points of the entire summer coming in here for Sunday and Monday. Mid, maybe upper 70s dew points in parts of western Minnesota, Sunday and Monday. Yeah, combined with temperatures in the upper 80s and low 90s, it's going to feel like 100 degrees. Tomorrow, mostly mid 80s across the state, all the way up to the international border, in fact. And then Sunday, upper 80s to low 90s, best chance of being into the 90s, southwestern Minnesota. But with those dew points, it's going to feel like almost 100 degrees. Mid to upper 90s in the Twin Cities for the heat index, but triple digits probably in southwestern Minnesota. Monday, it's more of the same, though we start to see cooler air move in. This is going to be the first of two cool fronts. Still pulling out a 90-degree plus reading here in southern Minnesota. And again, dew points will be well into the 70s, so we are still looking at heat indices in the mid-90s to low 100s across about the southern third of Minnesota on Monday. Now there's going to be a lot of energy, mostly because of that really high humidity. To the west, primarily Sunday, and then Monday, it's going to be right over us here in southern Minnesota, but the problem is we're going to have a pretty strong cap, that warm air aloft, that could prevent storms from forming. So when we look at the risk of severe weather, it's a slight risk, level 2 out of 5 for eastern North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, mostly Sunday night. That'll be kind of the edge of the cap. Storms could develop in North Dakota and then move eastward. So that's what we're looking at Sunday. It'll be dry here in southern Minnesota probably during the day because it's going to be very warm aloft. But we could see some leftovers from whatever does develop Sunday night if it can make it farther south. We're going to be watching for storms late in the evening. This is midnight, in fact, Sunday night, early Monday. And then most of that activity fizzles out, but maybe a little bit of it holds together. And then more storms developing late Monday, potentially along the edge of the cap to the west. So then we're watching across central Minnesota into western Wisconsin, possibly Monday, for some strong storms to develop if they can break through the cap. It might be a late evening event though, because Monday, very warm air aloft. These are temperatures several thousand feet up. That cap in place here across most of central and southern Minnesota. This is what it looks like when we look at a three-dimensional perspective or weather balloon data. This is forecast weather balloon data, essentially. This is a very warm layer of air, and it's going to be really hard to get air from the surface to form through that. So if it can happen, we'll see storms in western Minnesota that could then sweep eastward. But again, that cap is going to be the question. Will there be enough forcing from that cool front to push air upward through the cap to create those storms? So it's definitely not a guarantee, but there will be some storm chances Sunday night, and then again late Monday into Monday night. And then that second blast of cool air comes in later in the week. That will drop temperatures into the low 70s by next weekend. So Labor Day weekend, not real warm, not let's go be in the pool and lake all weekend, but pleasant, comfortable at least. The weekend for being in or near water is going to be this weekend with mid to upper 80s, near 90-degree temperatures, and again, very humid. So regardless of if we hit 90 or not, it's going to feel like it's in the 90s here Saturday, Sunday, and Monday with those high dew points. That first cool front drops temperatures into the 80s Tuesday, Wednesday, still slightly above normal, but more comfortable. And then that second front will come through late in the week, and that's what will really drop temperatures to more September-like air for next weekend.